Okay, YouTube, this is my Delta scroll saw, the old 440 model, I believe. Anyway, getting farther along in the process here of building it back up, and I have a couple of questions. I don't understand this, but I'm trying to put this whole portion back together, and the issue that I'm having is the stupid set screw to hold these pulleys on. This one's not so bad, it's right here, and I'm not positive if the heavy side faces out or in. I'll find that out soon. It doesn't seem to really matter so much because you have some adjustability here. But anyway, the real issue is this pulley, the set screw is way on the inside of this. And I don't know if you could see it or not, but basically it has to be kind of in front of this plate in order to obviously get a wrench on it and tighten it, which seems to be fine, except the problem is this whole portion, when you put the cover plate on, it hits on the inside. As you can see, it's rubbing here a little bit. So when you put this plate on, like so, you can kind of feel it. You can kind of feel it in there, touching. So the other obvious thing to do would be put a couple of washers inside here and maybe one or two in here to bump this plate out, which would be fine, except then you can't get to the set screw because it's blocked. So what I'm thinking is, again, it needs to be in a sequence. So you tighten this wherever you want it to be, inbound, and then you need to then space this out so that it doesn't matter that you can't get to the set screw because it's going to be tight. Pretty poor thinking on somebody's part, unless I'm missing something. But it just seems to be a very complicated way to do it when, you know, they could have put the set screw over here or spaced this out somehow. I was even thinking of just chopping this nice and open so that you could actually get a wrench in there, because, you know, realistically this doesn't really, you're not really, you know, for safety or whatever, it's not really that big an issue. I just didn't want to chop this if I didn't have to. So anyway, everything's coming pretty good. Actually, this is all installed, and I did in fact rewire the inside. I took some pictures of it, but it wasn't really so much to video, but I took a couple pictures, and what I did was I ran basically leads, 4 leads plus a ground, from the box up through here, and basically put bullet connectors on each one of them so that if I needed to separate the two pieces, I could just pluck the bullet connectors apart, and that would separate everything, and that would leave the switch intact. You know, I numbered them so I can put them back together again pretty easily. So that came out pretty good. It was kind of a little extra work, but I think ultimately it's doing what I needed it to do. I changed these bolts out for the Allen heads. I'm trying to be consistent throughout. I got matching ones for the other side. What else? Yeah, so that's it for now. So I'm gonna space this out. I could see now why these things break all the time, because as soon as you tighten this bolt up, this whole thing you can kind of like see gets kind of like twisted, and you kind of see pressure being applied to this. So you know, that would obviously indicate that something is not straight. So anyway, I'm trying to avoid that. You can see kind of like all the machining is a little out of whack, and you know, I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on this, because this really, I just don't want it to rattle, basically, because that's got a pretty high, you know, it's a high vibration area. So anyway, over and out for now until the next one. I'm going to try to space this out, clear this area up. You know, this is a variable speed, so when you screw the knob here, this is going to go front to back. That's why this is slotted. This goes back and forth. So yeah, this needs to be kind of open, this area. All right, till the next one.